Babe, can you- Hey guys, and welcome to the Be Infinite Show. We're gonna have a great show for you today. We have ToniToni, one of the beauty boss entrepreneurs in Houston, Texas, and her goal is to help all the people in the beauty industry become their own boss and really build an empire and a business that suits their lifestyle. Hey Tony, how you doing today?
I'm well. How are you, Chris? It's great to see you.
Thank you. You too. I know me and you've done a couple of things together, and I'm always looking forward to see what we're going to do next. All right.
Yep.
I know we have a little bit of lag, and it's just, but we're not going to let that stop us. Even if you have to come back again and again, we always love having you. Um, so tell us what's going on. What's changed since last time? What does the future look like for you and your vision of helping people in the beauty industry start their own business and be their own boss?
Oh, what has changed? So I published my second book, which was Sweet Life 101. I'm currently an owner operator at Studio 413 Salons, which is a 13 salon suite studio where I actually rent out suites for entrepreneurs and business owners to run their business in the beauty industry. So Sweet Life 101 came about, the
Oh,
actual book came about me just going through that process and being in business for the last 4.5 years as a solopreneur and running my studio. So the it's kind of like the people who come in to rent the studios or the suites already come with skills. They already come with a skill set, licensed professionals. They know how to do what they do. But I noticed a
mm-hmm.
little disconnect with the business skill side or even the individual side. Them being their own boss, rebranding themselves, setting up their business structures, setting up systems to make their business build an actual business instead of just doing hair behind the chair. So Sweet Life 101 came about. I published that about 3 months ago. So we're looking to the future. What's coming up is a master course to help
Yeah.
aspiring solopreneurs, those who are currently working in your supercuts or working in a salon on commission, and they know that they've been called to be a business owner or a solopreneur.
Mm-hmm.
So the master course is going to be a 12-week program. It's going to walk them through actually launching their business. So at the end of that 12 weeks, they're ready to launch and actually start creating revenue for their business. Because also I noticed that a lot sometimes when we transition as artists, because we are artists, when we transition from
Yes.
working behind the chair for someone else to working for ourselves, a lot of times we don't see the business side or we don't know the business side. So some people will leave the industry and that's what they're called to do. They know they're supposed to do it, but it becomes hard and it becomes an expense to pay the rent or they get a second job to pay the rent at their suite. So
Mm-hmm.
kind of minimize that having it being an expense versus revenue, bringing revenue in and actually building a real business. That was a lot. I'm sorry.
Wow. So you saw no, that was just what we needed to hear. And I'm just gonna sum it up to make sure that I got it clear because that was a lot. But if you guys checked it out, basically she's saying that a lot of people come with their skills already. So they went to school or whatever, and you're just making it easy for them to transition to actually bringing in the revenue that they want. Man, that is a blessing to have somebody already in that the level that you are to look back and see how can I help other people get up here, basically, and I love the second one too where you're saying other people who have that calling. I love how you put that are, they're looking like, okay, I need to get out of here. I am an artist. I've been blessed to do more, but they don't know how. And you're gonna basically giving them a roadmap, right? A roadmap to bringing in the revenue they want, living the lifestyle they want, while teaching them the necessary skills that they need to really turn into a business and not just working for someone else or slaving to and not making progress. That's amazing. And
Right.
can you
Right.
and with the master and so is it a system? So do they need the book in order to get to the master class, or how do those two, is it one or the other, or do they cover different things?
In the book, I give the information out. I tell you kind of what you need to do, the mindset you need to have. So there's a term
Mm-hmm.
called no ski mind be. So what that means is you need knowledge, skills, mindset, and behaviors to be a solopreneur, not just marketing. So, you have people out here that are doing marketing, boot camps and specials, and we'll set your website up, we'll do all this for you. But as an
Yes.
individual, you don't know how to run your business, and you don't know what's
Mm-hmm.
important as far as managing your own emotions. So I put together in the book the knowledge, the skills, the mindset, and the behavior that you need in order to be a successful solopreneur. So the master course just allows you to have 1.5 to 2 hours a week coaching with me as we go through each one of those, as we go through all of that knowledge, the skills, the mindset, behaviors, all those things that you need to, that you didn't think that you needed to be in business for yourself. So if we're artists and we're working for somebody else, we're told the time we need to be at work. We're told what we're going to do while we're there. We're told our roles and responsibilities. But as an entrepreneur, even accountability, you have accountability.
Mm-hmm.
They appraise you on your performance. You don't have that as an entrepreneur. So these are all the things that we're going to go through in that 12 weeks to set yourself up for success in order that you can be a CEO, run your business, set up your structures, set up your systems, and actually build your business and begin to create revenue. So the ideal person for this program would be a person who's currently still working for somebody. So you can do this in this 12 weeks, and you're going to be using your funds and your money that you're making on your current job to establish your dream. So then that way,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the 12 weeks, you can go ahead and transition, cut off that part, move on, take that leap, take that jump, and be able to build your own business and start making revenue as soon as you transition versus you trying to have to pay for your rent through working another job.
Doing it the smart way, huh? Uh, Using that job to fund your future. I love it. And 12 weeks, people. I mean, just think about that. Your 12 weeks is going to pass whether you do that, right? So you might as well invest in yourself and really get behind someone who's proven too. Tony, you're actually proven. Let us know a little bit about your history and how and your vision behind this. I know we've touched on it before, but I just find it
Mhm.
so inspiring. Your journey. Just you could just give us a little bit so they know who they're dealing with. I don't think they know who they're dealing with yet.
Actually, I am like I said, I own and operate Studio 413. But before Studio
Mm-hmm.
413, I was a system principal in the public school system, in secondary school system. And a unfortunate event that took place. My husband passed away of 21 years. So when he passed away, I went in search for what helped me get through some of that was understanding that he served his purpose. And that was, he served his purpose on earth, and his time was then. But I was still here. So then it made me do a little investigation to myself to figure out what's your purpose, what are you here for. I've always did purpose work, I've always invested in people. I was an educator, teacher for 14 years, adults and secondary. So I do believe in investing in people. But at the time when I lost him, I'm just like, so what is this great purpose that you need to do? And it ultimately, it has to be, you have to do it by yourself. So you got to figure out, and I had to, check in with myself and find out what's my gifts and talents that God, put in me to share with the world, or what's my assignments, who are my people that are my assignments. So I've always wanted to own a salon. We had even talked about it and purchased some things before he passed away. um And so I just felt like that God was saying that it's time to take the leap now. So I did it maybe like 6 months after his death. I went ahead and started working on the process and the plan to open up the studio and the salon. Um, at the time, it was going to be a second means of income. So I that's how I landed in salon suites, actually having a studio that has salon suites, because there's less attention that I would have to give it as an owner. So I thought. And I
Mm-hmm.
talk about that in the book as well, because I had this thing: if I build it, they'll come, and make it all lush and glam, and they're
Yeah.
gonna come, they're gonna be here. So that's through the process of this 4.5 years now that I have resigned from the school district. It's been 2 years now, and I've been a full-time entrepreneur. So hence a lot of the stuff or information that's in Sweet Life 101 is actually I went through it. It's my personal experience that I went through. Thinking that, if I just open up a salon that looks really good, then hairstylists want to be there. So I've also I've
Mm.
learned, and I know marketing is just not going to get it. People will not just come to you because it looks good. I mean, how are you letting them know you're there? What is your marketing strategy? Do you have a marketing strategy? So that's how I ended up putting all of that in place. Since then, I've written 2 books, Journey to Greatness, which is more of my personal documentation of what I did after the passing of my husband's, after his passing, what I went through trying to get in tune with myself and who I am, what am I about, and being unapologetic about who that is and my journey.
Mm.
So Sweet Life 101, here we are. That's how I landed where I am right now.
And man, that's I love. I mean, I don't like to hear that your husband passed, but I love how you came over as adversity, and then you also said that he played his that was his he fulfilled his assignment. Man, that's powerful for you to say. Like
Yeah.
he did exactly what he was supposed to be here to do, and that is powerful for you to say and look at it that way. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
would let that down, and then that they don't use that to further their dreams. They just like why instead of why, like from a
Mm-hmm.
different perspective. Um, and I love how did you call them your tribe, or who did you say, how did you say
Yeah.
that? Who you're supposed
I'm
to?
in my tribe. So um
Yeah.
working in either corporate America or working for someone else, we've been programmed of who we are, what we do, and what we should be like. And if you haven't been programmed that way, then you're constantly having to prove who you are or try to change your perspective of who you are. So at the end of my tenure in education, I just came to the conclusion, because I started doing speaking and I started, empowering women in business, and I started doing
Mm-hmm.
kind of coaching, a little bit of coaching, but speaking and trying to empower individuals to just find out who you are. And then you walk in that. You walk in that with confidence and faith. You know that God, He put you here for a distinct reason. All of us are different. We're individuals, and that is one of my core values. I believe we're all individuals. We're all put here with a distinct purpose. And so when I started to look at it myself that way, then I understood that I felt like I was not being valued at the current job I was at. I felt like what I had to say, I didn't have a
Mm-hmm.
voice. And so if God created me this way and He created all these things to be of importance to me, then I got to do something with that. There's somebody else out there who feels the same exact way. And that's my tribe. And so when I
Mm-hmm.
start to speak and I start to write books and start to impact lives, then my tribe is going to hear that and it's going to resonate with them. So that's kind of how it started. And I just it actually helped me get through um, being able to choose to live and move forward
Yeah.
with life, because you're different. When you have a loss of that magnitude, you are different. You're totally different. People even tell you you're different. You're not the same. Well, I know I'm not, because it wasn't meant for me to be the same after that. So, but it did propel me into an area I don't think I would be at had he still been living, because I just never would
Mm-hmm.
have even looked differently. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have looked in any other different avenues. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have, I probably would still be where I was doing what I was doing.
Yeah, you would have been comfortable. And that is, man, that is powerful. to say that about somebody you love and you miss, and that you know you wouldn't be where you're when.
Yeah.
I that's very, that shows so much about your character too, to way you look at
Mhm.
life, because that is probably one of the hardest things to ever do. And y'all weren't just married for a little while. This ain't no boyfriend. This is commitment for
Right,
life,
right.
21 years, so, and for you to still
And
have that mindset, that, wow, Toni, I didn't know you were
yeah,
going to
I
put all
even
that on us.
I even I'm sorry. I even documented in Journey to Greatness. That was one of the hardest things I ever had to do in my life. And I experienced loss
Mm,
before, a lot of loss, like my mom, my dad. I had a baby who was stillborn after 9 months of carrying her. I mean, grandmother, siblings, niece, all. And I mean, my two sisters, like literally two sisters and my mother-in-law, all within the 2 year span from the time my husband passed. So I have experienced loss, but to me, where I was in my life at 40, oh
mhm.
Lord, I didn't forgot. It's been 5 years now. So 43, at 43, losing that person that was your other half. I mean, it was hard, and it's been a
Yeah,
process. Some days I still wake up and it's still a process. So, but I do understand, like I said, at the end of the day, I know God put him here for his assignment. He had fulfilled that assignment and that purpose. And so I continue to get up every day knowing that as long as I get up and I got breath in my lungs, then my purpose is not fulfilled.
man. You know, man. Well, and we're so glad that you looked at it that way, and that you put together this book and these courses, and people can actually go and download the first chapter of the book, right? Right now.
Correct. Yes, they can go to my website, ToniToniBossUp.com. Um, and they can download the first three pages of the book. Download that for free.
Oh, the
And
first
then
three
if you're
pages.
interested, I think it's the first 3 pages. Um
Yeah,
uh
it is.
it's not the chapters. It's pages. So they can download that, and then if it piques your interest and you know that you're about to start on this solo
Mhm.
preneur journey, it's a movement. So if you're ready to start on that, then go ahead and download and get the book, because the ebook is available as well on the website. And like I said, we're going to do the master course if you're ready, and this time, your time is now. Like, it's now. You're still working for somebody else, but this is something you want to do. Then on the 26th of October, we'll launch the master course, which will be, like I said, 1.5 to 2 hours a week, with myself coaching. It's going to be a group cohort coaching. So it'll be a group. We're going to launch on that day, then go 12 weeks out. And then at the end of that 12 weeks, you'll be ready to launch your business.
And
I
even
can.
and in the group, they'll be able to ask questions live too, and really get some
Yes.
of, because it's going to be a small group, correct?
Right. Small group. So I'm looking
No.
for 20 or less people to start the first launch.
Can you
Um, so
hear
small
me?
group. I can. Can you hear me? Now I can't hear you, Chris.
No, Tony, man,
Okay.
this is we are having technical difficulties. We were talking just fine before. Oh man, hold on.